healthy connections here, which again comes back to Zone Zero and my work on myself, on being able to play my part of that good connection. So this is, and remembering this is still a very experimental phase. It's the first time that I'll be going through this, so that there's a lot of opportunity here for tweaking it, for changing it, for adapting it, to seeing how it works best. I'm not expecting it to be perfect the first time. So remaining very fluid and just going with the natural flow of things. If it needs to change, then being adaptable to that. But remaining very solidly within the ethics of the design. And they're the same ethics as permaculture design, which comes down to earth care, people care, and fair share. And if we keep those three things in mind and running as a backbone through the whole process, then things should be working out quite well. And realise here that the problems that I face through this Zone 3 will be the solutions for the next time and the next time, and also the solutions for the Zone 4, which will be progressing onto next, hopefully. So that brings us to Zone 4. Which you see, this is a real rooting part of the design. This is building on everything that I've learned so far, all the experience I have in the creative side and all the processing of the manufacturing side. Creating something a lot more holistically fulfilling, stacking a lot of functions for me on my learning pathway, filling as many aims as I'm hoping to, which is very exciting. So building on everything I've learned, trying to be of most benefit to myself, my family, and to my surroundings and my wider community. So through this Zone 4, I've developed a bit of a grander idea. I've gone into that in more detail here, as it's a much bigger idea. So this is expanded. This Zone 4 is basically creating a space. I've explained this a bit more fully on the website, but creating a space where these things can all be done locally. So I really want to have to know that the whole process is very beautifully created from start to finish. And so now seeing the boundaries and seeing the problems with finding the raw materials and connecting with people who are working in a way that's very, very gentle on the planet, and trying to join these people together, moving that to the next stage of creating that space ourselves and working with people who are also as passionate about it as I am. So, gathering together a collective of people to possibly form a cooperative. This is still early days, so this will have been worked out through the other zones more solidly. To go through this whole process together, so that would be creating a garden, growing the dye plants there, creating the building ourselves through natural building workshops, which is also related to other skills that I'm wanting to bring in, involving the local community and the people who are going to work with through the clothing manufacturing process in this, so everyone has a really solid grounding and a big connection to the whole process. We're going to be integrating training for people involved if necessary, so bringing in craft people from local hill tribes, natural dyers, spinners, weavers, so that we all develop our skills and feel very confident in what we're doing. The collective, the motivation here is also still to be financially sustained. This can't be dependent on outside finances or anything. So this is going to be a business plan, and that's got to be very solid here. This has to be, the aim of this is to be financially sustaining me and my family, but also everyone else involved. So it has to remain solid in that, financially independent. So this will be stacking a lot of functions. So there'll be natural building. I want to hopefully the dye plants will be grown there, because that's solving another problem. Is that it's very seasonal, the collection of dye plants, and especially in Asia with the rainy season, people can't go on wild forage plants, and access is very difficult a lot of the year round. So by creating a dye garden, that will solve a lot of those problems, and it makes a lot of this process a lot more accessible to me and a lot more possible. So that's the possibility there of growing these dye plants in biodynamic ways, in companion planting, mixing them with medicinal plants and food plants to feed the people who are working there. So there's a lot of possibilities here for expansion. And if this was to work together, perhaps collaborating with other permaculture-inspired areas, then that would bring even more to it, because then everybody would be working in harmony together. So we'll be looking for land for growing the dye plants, possibly also experimenting with growing cotton organically, or other fabric possibilities, but that's again expansion that could come, because I'm still yet very inexperienced in that, so we'll wait and see how that develops. possibilities for expansion, and then also, once this is set up, the people who are working there and have this knowledge can start running courses in dyeing, in spinning, as standalone courses to bring people in just for that, and also if it's connected with greater permaculture centres, as just a part of larger courses, which will bring an interesting aspect to it. There's a lot of awareness raising. I feel very passionate after looking into the process of typical modern day clothing production and colour production, that it would be really great to be able to inspire people and get people thinking about where their clothing and colours come from, and to show them another way, that it is possible to do things another way, and get them involved with that. From people travelling by, and also from local communities who are maybe more involved in the typical production. So that's the awareness raising, and this would be very multifunctional, because this would be a viable, productive business that has to be for everyone involved. Community enhancement, so hopefully this will be empowering the local community, bringing in sustainable income for the people involved, and also something very gentle that people will want to come and learn and be involved with, because there's a lot of possibilities for expansion and people to be involved. A working model that can be replicated in other places, because this centre that we're building will be very specific to the land and the area around, based upon the soil structure, the plants that grow here, the climate. So if this model could be taken other places, then it would be different things would be produced. The things that are produced will be so unique. But to create a working model that can be taken to other places and people can be inspired to go and create that would be really special. Because it's going to be such a gentle business that it would just be really nice for it to take off. Creating a learning and teaching centre. So, and also looking at the bigger picture here, in that this is making a positive impact on the planet as a whole, because every organic, naturally dyed, locally made piece of clothing that somebody's wearing is one less toxic China sweatshop made piece of clothing that they bought at the shop. It just feels like it has a good impact here. I'd love to be fully clothed in these clothes at all times, and for Ola as well. So that's one of my aims. So next one, creating a fully unique product and process as well. It's very, very much the process is valued as equally as the product, in that the process has to be. We have to be proud of the process all the way through. It's really important. That a place where people's skills are highly valued and the local knowledge is shared, and the end product is very specific to the local area and to the people involved, so that people can branch off and develop their skills in any area that they want to, and bring that into the collective and enhance the collective with their own skills. And creating a fully integrated system, so that everything working harmoniously together, fully permaculture style. So that's basically a basic rundown of Zone 4 of where I hope the design will progress to. This still feels very far away, but I know that by working through the phase plan like this, then each step will naturally progress to the next step. So, okay, that's about it. Thank you very much.